Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for the invitation for participating to this meeting. It's a pity I'm not there with you, but that's life, okay? So I will give you an update on the FairMod activities that are relevant to CAMS, and this presentation was prepared by Philip and me. So for the one of you that doesn't know about FairMod, it is a network of experts on air quality modeling that was created in 2007 as a joint JRC EA initiative. And their idea is really to gather and to exchange experiences and results with a focus on the implementation of the air quality directive. So that is really the frame that drives all the activities that we organize. And it is currently chaired by the JRC. We have national contact point from the different member states, but also a lot of experts that very often join the two meetings that we have every year, a plenary meeting and a technical meeting. And the key objectives of FairMod are this one that you see on the slide. So we want to set up a system. So we speak about protocols and tools to facilitate the quality assurance of air quality models, but also of the input data that are used for running air quality models, looking at different spatial scales. We also work a lot to provide guidance so that we really want to be sure that what we do is fit for purpose. And so, as I said, both air quality model and input data that are used are fine with the purpose we want to achieve. But as I said, is the air quality directive proper implementation. And also we work to support air quality management practices or air quality plans at different scale again, so national, regional, and local. And again, here we focus on trying to work together and to use efficient modeling tools that can really be useful for this purpose. So we did a first kind of summary of the FairMod results in 2017. We were providing this in the frame of the for the DG environment. So we were checking a bit for the fitness check, what was going on in terms of air quality. And now we are revising this document in the frame now of the revision of the air quality directive. And in this document, we are focusing on different aspects. So it's always modeling, but there are different lenses. So we speak about assessment, planning, forecast, source apportionment, and emission. And we think that all these have implication also on CAMS product. And we already discussed this in previous FairMod meeting also, but I think it will be interesting to see where we stand now with this recommendation for some key topics. So when we speak about forecast, what we want to do, well, we are suggesting that, okay, model are the recommended and mandatory tool for the forecast of air quality. But we also want to be sure that the quality of the results are fine for the purpose of properly forecasting air pollution. And so, as you know, we have since few years model quality objective and model quality indicator that is used to analyze and check if a model that is used for assessment is fit for purpose. So there are different analysis graphics that you can do. And finally, well, as agreed by the FairMod community, you can say if your model is okay for assessment. And we thought it was useful to develop a similar concept, but for the forecasting. Because for the forecasting, you are interested in exceedances of a threshold, and also the type of information that you use are different. So there was a lot of work in the recent years. And now we came out with a guidance and also a tool. Okay, here I wrote 7.0, but a new version is coming out soon. So there is, as I said, a methodology, so the guidance, and a tool that allows you to benchmark your forecasting application. And here in this slide, I show you, well, a bit of graphics that you can get from this tool. But basically the idea, as in the model quality objective, is to have, well, I'm not sure if you see my mouse moving, but if you go to the left side graph, what you see is the key diagram. So there you're showing if your point, so your model result is very similar to what you want to achieve. You are in this green area, sorry, that means you are passing the test. And this model quality indicator and objective is a bit different, as I said, in comparison to the assessment one, because here you're looking at the persistence model as a kind of benchmark. So basically saying that tomorrow will be the same as today. That seems a quite trivial model, but it works. It's difficult to beat, let's say. And well, you have different analyses you can do. You can compare with air quality indices, but also you can look at different angles of your forecasting. And as we already said in previous Fairmode meeting, where some of the CAMS key players were present, we call also CAMS community for extensive testing because, well, we know you have already in place a very robust way to test your forecasting, but this is a bit the result, what you see in the slide is the result of a Fairmode community discussion on forecasts. So we think it would be really useful that you as an expert user can use it and also come with your feedback on this. Then we have another chapter on this recommendation document that we are going to publish soon. And it is about source apportionment. And here we try to understand which are the source apportionment methods. So here we are really looking at identifying the sources of pollution and to quantify the impact of this. And well, as I said, there are different available tools. And what we say is that the emission sensitivity-based approaches are the recommended one. That means you run an air quality model applying some emission reduction based on a different spatial scale, sectoral scale, and you can see the impact on your concentration, on your air quality. But okay, still you have to be careful for nonlinear species because you have to analyze the range of applicability of these tools. While what we say is that mass transfer methods or tagging species are suited to identify sources, but not suited to quantify the impact on pollution, unless you're speaking about linear processes. So, well, also the idea is that these two approaches can be used in an integrated way, and we are working together also with some CAMS player to discuss this. And we have a kind of working group of Fairmode that regularly meet to discuss these aspects. And finally, we also are discussing about emissions. And again, the whole story, well, the main role is also really benchmarking what is done in the field of air quality. And also we have also a benchmarking tool for emissions. So here, as you know, there is no real true against which you can compare your emission inventory, but we are trying to build a methodology and again a tool to see if there are inconsistencies that are clearly visible when you compare, I don't know, a bottom-up and a top-down emission inventory, or as in the slide that you see here, the same emission inventory but with different versions. So what we are discussing in Fairmode and also a bit with you, the CAMS community, is to see if this kind of tool can be useful to allow you, for example, find if there are big inconsistency that could be issues in what is done at the emission inventory from the emission inventory point of view, but also can be something that you expect, and at least you have a benchmark that tells you clearly, okay, this is what you are expecting, and this is what you see when you do this emission comparison. And as a last slide, we have our next technical meeting, 18 to 20 of October in Oslo. So, well, you are all invited to join. It will be, I hope, a physical meeting. And we will continue the discussion on all these topics. So you are more than welcome to join it. Thank you.
Thank you, Enrico, and thank you for the excellent collaboration in Fairmode. And again, it's the network and the teams that are jointly involved in Fairmode and in CAMS that help make it happen. Do we have some questions for Enrico? No? Okay, so thank you very much. Actually, just for your information, after this meeting, there will be a meeting between two of our contracts. And I think Michael Gauss will be showing some implementation of the fair mode scores to the different modeling teams. So there will be active discussion in the coming hours, and certainly you will have feedback on this, and certainly it's our aim to include in the CAMS what we call evaluation in quality control, the fair mode quality objective, and some of the presentation. And this morning, Michael again made a nice presentation showing how the fair mode model quality could be used to, in a snapshot, really learn a lot of things about a site, and without being an expert, there is a way to assess whether a model is fit for purpose or not. So thank you very much.